Bro, you're watching Smart 24 TV. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're still into Smart Means Business with me, Rita Cavaniero.
And I'm Jerome Paul Songo here to take you through what is happening across the details of business from the papers and all business information.
And surely right about now, you're welcome to discuss with us on our social media platforms. And as we talk about how DRC has been approved to be a part of the regional bloc, the East African community, Sonko, and the ministers have now approved the admission of the Democratic Republic of Congo to region bloc. This approval follows the negotiations held between the East African community and DRC from January 15th to 24th in Nairobi. And also the EC negotiations team was led by Alice Yala, the Integration Secretary at the Ministry of EC and Region Development But now we're going to be looking out for opportunities that DRC looks forward to interact or to reap from East African community and vis-a-vis East African community to DRC Congo. What opportunities do you think? First of all, let us look for now East Africa to DRC.
Okay. First, East Africa to the DRC.
East Africa, we mean Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, and now...
Well, when you look at trade is, let's first talk about trade as the major highlight here. Looking at opening up borders now will be very vital as DRC will have free market for them. Just like we have market here in Uganda, we have market for Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda. Now the border is reopening, and among the key issues that we are also still trying to see that we build on the bilateral relations. So that means, first of all, DRC is going to have that market from the East African Community Bloc, market from Burundi, Tanzania, Rwanda, Tanzania and Burundi, very close to them, just like Uganda as well. So with that, even Kenya, in the long run, it will be of good importance to DRC. But let's also look at Uganda mainly. Now we have two countries so far that are going to be helping us in the exportation, because DRC having a port the other end, though it's quite far, but then when you look at the situation that we shall be sending in our goods there in the DRC, and then we shall also be getting some of the minerals from DRC as well. So when you look at the benefits, it is a win-win for both of us.
Okay, and I surely agree with you. I don't know why I'm smiling. Something makes me smile actually here. I'm recalling about speculations when the citizens of Uganda here had, to criticize about the ongoing infrastructure development from Uganda towards the DR Congo. But away from that, looking out for DRC Congo as a country, it combines a lot of economies altogether. There is the Congo Brazzaville, there is a lot that is situated around DR. And when you still look at its location, it is going to also be, I can say, a transportation or transmission of a lot of opportunities from the East African side to the whole of the West province. It's Western Africa, if you're to see that. And starting with, if we are to look at Uganda as a country, now we've got a pipeline, that is the ECHO, that has come into the system now, and it connecting towards the... Sorry, I'm trying to fix up my ear here. It's a little bit smaller. But as we continue, when you see how the country is trying to link from Uganda to Port Tanga, and you look at the Albert Valley, which is very close to DRC, you will realize that there is an opportunity there already that is going, the DRC is going to tap into the oil project around the country. Away from that, DRC Congo is rich in minerals. We're talking about gold. I mean, they have got gold. They have got at least, at some point, I don't know if you heard about...
also rich in the lumbering activities, by the way.
And President also highlighted during the launch of the East African crude oil pipeline that it could be, because research is still ongoing, that the other corridor if you know the map of Uganda very well, this is the Albert Valley. Here we have DRC. I'm trying now to demonstrate for you. This is DRC. This is Albert region where we have Amafuta, and this is part of the DRC. That means that there is a possibility that Ghana Amafuta Getuina Wanomo Albert region that could have crossed to the DR part. So that means that all those mitigations are going to work out very closely to make sure the reapings come out very well. But when a country like Congo has also got weak points, for example, it has 4 major weak economies, that is in agriculture, they're weak, their infrastructure is actually weak.
They're trying so much
their
because
roads,
of the thick forests. That have made it very hard in the transportation of goods and all that.
And they have energy opportunities, but still the energy sector is weak as well.
But I think their initiation into the East African Community bloc will help them out with many of these. Because one of the reasons as to why the government is also extending support to build, to construct these roads is to help boost trade in the region between the two countries mainly. And now it is also going to be favoring countries such as Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi in a whole. So for Congo, it is getting the market. Like I say, they have they are very rich when it comes to the minerals. Now look at the lumbering activities because of their thick forests. Timber business is one of those businesses in Congo. I think the only major factor that still pulls them down. One is insecurity because of even the ADF rebels that are in there, and the government of Uganda happens to have the UPDF in there in the operation Shuja to see that they continue to fight that. Yes. So but with that you could see infrastructure side and the issue of insecurity, if they can also curb that situation for them, then with the East African Community, they will benefit greatly with the available market, because it is one of the blocks on the continent that is steadily growing with the economies that are growing. When you look at Tanzania's economy already in the middle income status, so you can see that it is coming into a competitive community for the countries in East Africa. And that will also add something to the development of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
And also when you look out for our agro producers around the country, I mean, we have got Kenyan market, we have got Tanzania, we sell to the East African side, but our sale to the West Africa is still at a weak point. So this also is going to be coming with a number of opportunities to sell our producers to the rest of the western part of Africa through the DR Congo, but also looking at culture really, because I believe that it has got another great culture that can be sold. I mean, who does not like at least the Lingala part of life? There are people actually who speak Lingala, there is Congolese, there is Lingala, and so other people. But the combination of cultures, if they come together, I mean, that will in turn boost tourism and also the hospitality sector among the DRC and the neighboring countries, as well as a combination to the East African side. When you bring the cultures around Uganda here, you bring Kenyans, you bring Tanzania. So all this together will really have a very great conversion. But all this ahead, or all this said, we are also expecting that is a DRC Uganda Business Forum that will be coming out for this particular month, that will be happening in Kinshasa. So a lot of things will be really covered around there and packaged there. Look forward for many opportunities around there. Discover, find out, know, and also implement with us here. We're here to give it you all through, but also what is your input around this particular opportunity.
All right. When we're trying to also look at the DRC still, there is also an advantage of growth of business at the borders. More so if you to look at it in a Ugandan perspective. When the Rwanda and Uganda border was opened, there was excitement among the traders in those areas because the businesses around there can easily pick up. From look at the people dealing in the operating hotel lodges that provide some services to the drivers, the truck drivers, as well as businesses on the street, on the markets along that. So when you look at that, it is also going to help out on such businesses, both countries, Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Not only looking at the high end, but also for the wananchi, and also those people who are doing the small businesses can greatly benefit from the DRC's entry.
I like the wananchi, right? Wananchi ones. But we're going to be copying each other at some point. Like we like to do copy and paste, yet at some point it works. I mean, the DR infrastructure, especially in Congo, is a bit at a poor structure level actually. Their infrastructure in regards to roads. But they have got an organized transportation system again. Yet Uganda is a bit developed, I mean the infrastructure, but the transportation system are weak. For example, in the DRC, a friend was sharing with me how they use actually some applications for quicker transportation and tracking, even on a border rider, and their taxis are specifically, they've got devices that they're able to track. Even when you want to hit a certain street, it's very easier. They have got some application they're using. So if a country like Uganda and Kenya can tap into and try to, you know, manage and control that friendship among themselves, I mean, why not? We can copy what is the other side and implement it here. Sonko, there will be ripping off and curbing crime rate and also the killings and murders that are happening around this country. But that brings us, I think, closer to the closing remarks of SNB. Adding point?
There's another highlight here coming in from the government, coming in from the Daily Monitor, which shows that government fails to produce Uganda Railway Corporation land documents. As according to the Finance Ministry officials, said they have never seen the letter okaying the transfer. The Ministry of Finance has, for the second time, failed to furnish Parliament with requisite documents detailing the authorization and process followed to award Uganda Railways Corporation land to private investors. The ministry officials, led by the State Minister for Privatization and Investment, Evelyn Anite, the Executive Director of the Privatization Unit, Moses Masweswe, said they have never seen the documents okaying the transfer of the Uganda Railways Corporation land. The team appeared before Parliament's Committee of Commissions, that of Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises, COSASE. The first time the ministry officials appeared before COSASE was in November last year. So when you look at this, the ongoing, according to the report, Ms. Evelyn Anite says that her report and that of Mr. Matia Kasaija do not have the letter of approval, and that what she has on record is the letter from Mr. Nasasira. So the crisis is still ongoing with the land issues of the Uganda Railway Corporation. Even the proprietors of one Mistil Hotel in Zambia.
I was coming to that. Like, it reminds me about the Mistil Hotel construction, because it's part of the, I think it's part of that story conjoining
the issue of the land of the Uganda Railways Corporation land for people who actually constructed or set up facilities in a reserved area for the Uganda Railway Corporation.
But they also argue that they claim that their documentations got burnt at Makerere during the... Why are you laughing? They got banned. Documentation, that is the claim from Janet there, who was appearing during caucus on answering questions
During
as to why, COSASE, as to why they had to construct the hotel in the boundaries of a railway and also in the boundaries where some activities of Ministry of Works and also Investment Authority have to undertake. So documentations will find their way out of the fire meanwhile. You know,
I was laughing. There's a tweet I've seen whereby one of the Ugandans on Twitter says that he believes they should give us a share of our country so that so that is why when you say that one of the documents was lost in the fire that burned Makerere University, I was like, this gentleman may be true in one way or the other.
Yeah, but we really lack accountability at some point in this country. I mean, when such a weak statement comes out to defend a very content issue around there, which is in turn going to affect greatly the economic recovery and also economic boosts or activities that will come along with sustainability living among the citizens. If such weak statements are always going to be welcomed, I mean, no one is going at some point to care, because it's going to be a norm in this country. Something happens, you do wrong, you vandalize property, or you happen to be a misuse of some funds or a corrupt entity, and then you come out with such weak points like that money was not there, or that money was not enough, I never saw that money, we didn't sign here, the paper got lost. Let us check our documentation and accountability in this country. For me, that's all I have to say on that one, Paul.
Well,
any remarks as we wind up the show?
Well, you can add me up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jerome Paul Sonko, as we can discuss more of the business.
Very well. If you like my look today, you can always get this and more on how you want to really appear from Galilea Plaza, level 7, room 511. Hafi will be there, and Farida Portable to surely usher you into the look that you want to have. I'm Rita Cabanyoro at Rita Cabanyoro on social media platforms.
Farida Portable. I'd love to see the Farida Portable that Rita always talks about here. But anyway, this is Smart Means Business, and coming up shortly
Baby
after the break is
Baby Mama
Makubi Fred with Yugi Tukole. Baby Mama thought we should wear black today,
okay,
and we did so.
Very well. Goodbye from us.